Welcome to our continuing YouTube video series on business incorporations. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal, and in this particular video we will be discussing the differences between a numbered company and a named company. So what exactly is the distinction? The distinction only pertains to the name of the company, in that with a numbered company you are provided with a determined number to start your name. This is determined by the government and typically is in an ordered process, so the subsequent or later companies have a higher number, followed by the identification of the jurisdiction, whether it's federal, hence Canada, or provincial, such as the name of the province, be it Alberta, Ontario, British Columbia, followed by an ending, such as Inc., meaning incorporated, Corp., meaning incorporated, or Ltd., meaning limited, such that a numbered company might have the name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Ontario Limited. Otherwise, for all intensive purposes, the numbered company and the named company, from a legal perspective, are indistinguishable. So what differences beyond the legal aspects are there? Well, you don't have to undertake a name reservation with respect to a numbered company, such that you're typically saving yourself anywhere in the range of $40 to $80 in that process. And you can simply proceed automatically to get the company incorporated without this additional step and without the concern that you're going to have a conflict because you didn't get a NUANS search done and the NUANS search potentially came up with a conflict that you didn't properly address. But then there are the issues with this from a practical standpoint associated with numbered companies. One of them is that you have a name that includes an entire series of numbers. And it's quite possible that somebody, when writing a check to them, writing a contract, might well incorrectly write out those numbers. So this can cause a problem for yourself from a procedural standpoint. Another aspect is the general perception of numbered companies. Although typically used for holding companies that are not engaged in the front line of business, but more on the back end of business, where a numbered company is engaged in frontline business, it doesn't look altogether that professional with respect to the presence, such that there seems ever to be this aura of mischievousness, tax cheating, corporate scheming, or something of that type of manipulative nature. There may be nothing there, but is that perception. And then the parties are engaging with that particular company. Then there's the aspect of when you recognize that a numbered company might not have been entirely appropriate, that you really need to get a name for your company, or even especially if you had a name. Now, the savings you acquire technically at the outset, if you then get a trade name, you are offsetting it, but you still have to use a number, and it causes its own series of problems. But the cost goes up because oftentimes trade names need to get renewed on a frequent basis, adding a further cost as the process goes along. The other alternative is to make an amendment to the corporation and rename the corporation to a named corporation. This too can be done, but here again, the cost is considerably greater than the savings that was attained at the beginning for a named company. Finally, there is a degree of protection and certainty associated with having a name tied down. It is easier for people to remember and recollect what a named company is and the association, the tie-in that it provides, as opposed to saying this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Saskatchewan Inc. and using that on a business card, using that on a website has really no relevance. You're going to want to have that business tie-in with the product or service association, the locality, and other aspects that go into naming a business. And this is best achieved by having it also tied into the name of the corporation where possible, so that there's an advantage to it, such that you have to understand there's an advantage. Why not take advantage of that particular advantage where the relative cost is insignificant at best, or in truth there is more of the net cost is going to be beneficial to oneself, plus the perception is going to be beneficial. The way that procedurally the business operates is going to be improved upon. Naturally, if it's simply going to be a holding company and it's not really going to be engaged in many transactions or businesses, a numbered company might well suit your purposes. Nevertheless, largely based on what we've talked upon, having a named corporation typically makes more sense and is a more efficient way to engage in business than to have your frontline business being a named, I should say, a numbered company. Naming the company is advantageous in almost all circumstances. I trust you found this YouTube video informative. Hopefully this and other videos can provide you with some guidance with respect to how you undertake business incorporations and corporate matters. Thank you.